This week, I guess over the last 24 hours, I've not listened to any of the audio. But actually, as a matter of fact, speaking of,
I told y'all niggas.
when y'all first WWE, when y'all first announced that y'all was doing a roast of WrestleMania, and it was Tony Hinchcliffe, I'm pretty sure the BRP consortium was like, that ain't it. Like you well, and even if that ain't it, it's kind of, you already know what it's gonna be.
Did they steal this from Ric Flair's retirement weekend?
Probably, but I mean, did Ric Flair's retirement weekend steal it from Comedy Central? Like, what's the it's
been going on for decades.
But
what I'm saying is the last time it was done in wrestling was
maybe
they did that roast to Ric Flair.
I think,
and maybe that's why they thought it was a good idea. Maybe.
Well, I think
Rock,
it may be. I think it may be more because Kill Tony had there was something that aired on Netflix, right? I don't know if it was a special or whatever. There's been so many of the quote unquote modern comedians on Netflix a lot. Your Burt Kreischers and your
put a shirt on, nigga.
What's Andrew Schultz? Like, there's been a number of those
got that mustache
newer cats on the show. So by the time when Tony Hinchcliffe was on, and I want to say when Tony Hinchcliffe did commentary recently, there was a loud outcry of get this shit off the TV. Nobody liked this shit. This shit not funny, whatever the case may be. Which is probably why this shit didn't actually air anywhere. It took place at the Fountain Blue.
I feel like I should have went to this.
Heyman was on stage.
Wildin'.
Sami Zayn was on stage.
Trying to get out of there.
R-Truth was on stage.
Wildin'.
Who else? What other names were up there?
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax was on stage.
I heard Nia Jax was very nasty.
Charlotte.
A lot of
it was very nasty.
Charlotte to the point which is like, yeah, I'm gonna just wrestle. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm gonna just wrestle. But it's been leaked audio, which I think the full was up at some point. If you can catch it, I guess I don't know if I'm gonna listen to it. I primarily because
they're trying to take it down anyway.
Everywhere. If you find the link, it's probably gone at this point.
They was out here. Paul Heyman was going crazy. Paul Heyman's worst joke though had to be somebody, he needs another title run, like what's his name? Freddie Prinze Sr. needs another hole in his head. I said,
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Paul made Iglesias, the comedian,
Fluffy.
upset.
Fluffy.
Who's a Fluffy? What is a Fluffy?
It's comedian. That dude. Shit, let me find it.
I'm sorry, DDM.
Several meanings.
Fluffy and Fluffer was the joke.
Be fluffy.
Fluffy. You see, he's been around.
Because he killed David Lucas. Which, I mean, hey, David Lucas is one of them niggas, somebody takes a shot at him, you're like, oh, nah, he's tough. He be out.
I just don't know who thought it was a good idea. Nia Jax was not a nice girl on Total Divas. So I don't know who thought it was a good idea for Nia Jax
okay.
To do a roast, especially after Charlotte helps you lose weight, bitch.
Because it's a roast is for mean people. Roast, you can't win as a nice guy at a roast.
But at least be funny. From what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, it wasn't funny. It was just nasty. And I'm gonna say this as a woman, you fat
keep the
bitch.
Girls out of it.
Let me calm down. As a woman, for you to talk about this lady's face, okay, when you are just now being able to fit the belt that you had,
sir.
Okay.
A Cal pull DDM block.
That's just
my hand.
Okay. That's just
you know, sometimes honestly, sometimes I'll be honest with you. Sometimes like you see when women act a certain type of way towards other women and it forces you to be a fucking mean person just the same. Right. And normally I would tell DDM to chill, but I feel like she
But y'all wear the same cape.
and I loved Nia Jax until I saw the type of person that she is on Total Divas.
Ah.
And I thought she changed. Even knowing where she laid politically when she came back,
I was gonna say.
they said that she found God. They said that she was a completely different person. She was completely different in the ring. You can see it in the attitude, all of that. And then I heard some of the audio.
From the
Like I didn't
roast.
go looking for it, right?
Oh, you didn't have to.
I just and I was just like, yo, you said that about her, knowing all the things that she's been going through. And I didn't even hear that she helped her do whatever or whatever. And I didn't even know that she was at her wedding. I don't care what it is. You leave people that have been there for you out of it. That's my thing. Like I was keying at the Cody shit because she ain't tell no lies.
For people saying it's a roast. Yeah, it's a roast, but there's a different. LaWanda Page was still funny. Okay, Red Fox at these roasts, if you watch historical roasts, they're still funny. And I feel like what we're doing now is we're using, oh, it's a roast or it's a joke. We're using that for people to be prejudiced and nasty, and not just in the
Not
wrestling.
now.
I'm talking about in life right now.
Mhm.
And it's
I-
you're so sensitive.
right.
You're so
But-
this. No. There's a difference between a red and just being nasty.
But traditionally, roasts have been like race content, and like every roast I've seen has gone that way. I just don't think this is the arena for a roast.
It's a terrible idea.
Especially if it's not funny.
terrible idea.
If you're gonna do a terrible idea, the shit got to be at least funny. If it's not funny, there's a reason why this is one of the few pieces that's not up on WWE YouTube
Right.
or up on the Peacock or whatever.
Oh,
They know
knew.
what it is.
They knew
Because if
it
they
didn't
was
stream
proud
live
of it-
nowhere, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Right. If they was proud of it, it would be out. If you got to hide it, because see, also if it was that great, all roasts have been televised. So
That's right. That's right.
Why did you have to hide it? Why can't you show it? Why are you issuing DCMA licenses, strikes for it to be taken down?
Right. Rock,
Yes,
you're
from the
right.
hype.
I didn't watch the Tom Brady roast, but I've been not saying I don't rock with roast. I've not really been a fan of roast. Like
I don't like them.
Comedy Central ran that shit. For a
I
minute.
remember. Yeah.
And
The roast of
at
Flavor Flav was classic.
but at a certain point, the roast became, instead of trying to find the best way to honor somebody in this tradition, which I mean, it's a roast. You ain't gotta tell me about it's a roast. Some of y'all niggas can't handle being around BRP when niggas is drinking up in your real life. Like niggas will roast you in real life. But what I'm saying is, at a certain point, it became, what's the funniest shit Anthony Jeselnik's gonna say? Who's the next comedian that's gonna come up in the roast and turn into a superstar? And it stopped being about the idea of what the roast actually is. It was another platform. Like
You know what,
said,
though?
Go ahead.
When you see like guys that are friends in pro wrestling, right? The dudes that are real friends, like when you hear like Edge and them talk about like Tony Chimmel, like, and I can't speak to it because I don't know for sure, but like from hearing wrestlers talk, it feels like that fits the personality specifically of old school wrestling.
That's
but like niggas, like
Triple
niggas
H was saying, it felt like
each
big
other.
Triple H.
Yeah, like them niggas like to fry each other and cook
Yes.
each other and yada yada, and it ain't always friendly or whatever.
Right.
But like,
It's behind closed doors.
right, it's and I think and I don't know if this is on the docket, but it feels like the books are opening up a bit more, and I don't know if this was them attempting to merge what wrestler humor is with what they're doing outwardly, but I mean, there ain't no curtain. Ain't no curtain there.
We talked about that in the buckle too. It feels like there's this thing where folks are feeling super comfortable with everything that's happening with their guy, and he's being super comfortable doing certain things, and so now they feel like they can be super comfortable to say it was all week telling fans to shut the fuck up and take, you know what I mean, and just really blatant literal comfortability in the things that they do and say.
And that's
still, you want to hide this one, right? You want to hide it because you know that it's wrong.
When this is the Triple H era, people say Netflix. No, this is Triple H era right now. Triple H is the one who had to eat shit from the curtain call, which was for a lot of people like the most breaking his kayfabe and his ass shit ever in pro wrestling life. Like, he's always kind of been the guy. It's like, fuck it. He was the one that was a WWE superstar with China on the True Life I'm a Pro Wrestler documentary episode. Like, he's always been on some let's give you a peek behind the curtain shit. I can't be surprised when one of the leaders behind Degeneration X, when it's time for him to be the guy with the book at the most pivotal time financially for the company, that Netflix say, hey, we want to see what's the writer's room like. He's like, bet, come the fuck on in. We're going to show y'all how we book, up to WrestleMania or whatever. It's going to be interesting TV, but I did see a lot of timeline be like, hey, that's a little too much. And I think, like this roast, it'd be a little too much, but where we're going to see a condensed, a filtered version, whatever WWE wants that writer's room to be on Netflix, we ain't seeing shit of this roast because that was too much of the pulling the curtain back. Like, if they had done something where it was like, not Tony Hinchcliffe, now do Sami Zayn, you could do Heyman. I think there's funny enough people that they could have done this in an environment where it may be a little more edgy, but it's not ridiculous.
Right.
It's not people out there airing grievances as opposed to, having
real life grievances,
proper roast. Like, but again, at the end of the day, the shit if it's not funny, then I don't know what you're doing. And it did, from what I'm hearing, it didn't sound like it was really funny.
And that's the thing. From the audio that I heard about it, I just think people need to practice a little bit more kindness. And I even check myself sometimes, with that. But I just think that it's one that we all have conversations behind closed doors. We all have conversations amongst friends. But in a public forum, I just think it's the way that you do it, because at the end of the day, especially when some of the locker room already don't like you, when some of the fan base already don't like you.
Right.
And it's one thing I think we sometimes, and this is what happens in wrestling sometimes people use wrestling for the wrong things as far as their personality and their character. And then when real life shows up at their door, they don't know how to react, or the fans' reaction or the business reaction is, you should never take it that far. It's just wrestling. Well, you have to be mindful of what you're saying to people and how you say it, because just like, let's use this example. There are method actors. When LL Cool J did In Too Deep, he go see his family for a while. He went to a hotel room, got himself checked in, and got himself together before he went back to Simone and them kids, because he knew that he was in a space that was not healthy to see his family. This is all a TV show. Yeah. So if you're a method actor who has to do that, then as wrestlers, sometimes you got to take a chill pill and take a step back and say, hey, is this really how I feel about this person? Is this really... Is it really big,
Speaking of method acting, not to switch gears, but I thought about that with Michael B. Jordan today. Because, yes, I thought about that.
No, we're not discussing it. I ain't seen it.
I know, but just the level of it, I was just like, because I didn't see it. The little bit that I did see, I was just like, wow, we talk about the joke, people that have played the Joker in the past, how they've said that they've not come out of that character the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I went when he was talking about method acting, I thought about him, and I
Word.
just say that.
He was
LL
Paul
Cool
said he was
J was
method acting as
method for
Killmonger.
that movie.
I think LL Cool J
That's too much of an investment there, James.
He didn't know how to do nothing but be method is the thing, and I think it's a different interesting dance in WWE, but I think there's a way to construct it. But at the end of the day, the shit, if it's not funny, because Rock, we saying the same thing. It wasn't on. I don't care about it being mean or not mean. I think there's a way to be mean and be funny and not make it sound like you just throwing shots at people. And I think sometimes, like I don't know if people watch The Office. There's the episode where Michael threw a roast. He had everybody roasting him, and then he got pissed off because he hated people making jokes at him. Like, you got to understand the format at a certain point. And I don't know if Vegas in 2025 was where WWE was really ready to do this type of situation.
I felt like they were on bull crap for being in Vegas. Like they were on some.
They were trying to do everything. They were trying to do everything. Yeah.